Okay, so I have here again cadmium yellow light or cadmium yellow medium, sap green, white, ultramarine violet, blue, cerulean, cobalt, any blue you have, ultramarine blue, anything you have. I'm going to take white because this is the main thing with this window in the back. We're painting what's behind the window, so everything is faded. So now if we find that we are painting, when we start painting, that the color is going darker and this is not what we want, that's okay. We will glaze it after. We glaze the color. Don't forget, we are working on black, so the color will be a bit dark at first. So we might need 2 layers. So I'm mixing now white and a touch of blue in it. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to do the sky.
Okay. What colors are those, please? I went away for a minute.
Oh, white and blue. All of them? All of the colors? You want all of the colors we have?
Just the color that you're using.
The color I'm using right now is white and cerulean or cobalt, any blue you have.
Okay.
Usually when we are using light color over black gesso, it takes a bit, it takes 1 or 2 layers to cover that black. But once you start working on darker than white, than light colored, like the cushion, the blue of the cushion, it doesn't take that many layers to cover the dark. Okay. I'm leaving this part right here. You see this part? The kind of soft. Don't make a harsh line in there. Soften this edge. I'm gonna start from here again. Again, same. Just fill that with blue and white, or mostly white. Actually, it's very, very white. You can see in the reference, it doesn't look blue at all. It looks almost white. Don't worry if you go over the lines of the window. It doesn't matter. We can put them back on when we're painting the window, the frame of the window. Now, what I'm going to do is take a bit of the sap green, put it in the same mixture of the sky. So it's a light green. I can see this is going to need another layer. Again, right here, same. This is the light green. So what we're doing is a soft transition from the sky to the greens that we're going to start using. So I didn't want to have a harsh line in there. Just a suggestion of the starting of the greens in the back. So now I'm going to take sap green, put a bit ultramarine in it, take white. White has to be in everything because this is the whole thing in the background is light. But what we're trying to do is showing light and dark green in the back. But at the same time, it is light green. It is not dark green. So different shades of that green, but still light. Again, I'm just adding a touch now of the, like, really soft. I'm taking just a bit of the purple in there, but it's mixed with green and white. I'm still mixing it with green and white. Okay, so now I want to show a bit of depth.
Excuse me.
I want to show a bit of depth. I don't want everything to look too light or too floating. Ugh, I need water. So if you end up with gray, don't worry. Okay, this is what the combination of green and ultramarine violet and white will give you some gray. But you see right now, it's kind of, it might need just a bit of dark somewhere where it gives you depth. There.
You're just randomly putting it on?
Yeah, randomly. Yeah. The purple in the color will push the color back anyway. Will push the scene back. And then start add a bit of yellow in there and white with the green. Nice. Oh, I love these colors. And like I said, if by the time we find that it's too dark, we'll just glaze it and soften all these colors. But I doubt it's going to be too dark.
So now you've got all the colors plus yellow.
Yeah, yellow with the green is a color that we have to be careful with. So yes, I'm adding a bit of yellow there. Yes, in there to answer your question. Yes. Mix your green. Mix them. Mix your.
Are the bottom panes do we get darker as we go lower? No?
I'm trying to see in the reference. Like I'm looking at the reference the whole time. And I can see there are areas in here where there's more purple in the back, like green and purple and white in here.
Well,
It's not necessarily.
The top part would be exposed to sun, right? And then
Yeah. It's a bit lighter. So we can go a bit darker when we go down, but we don't have to do it right now. All we have to do right now is, by the way, I'm using the corner of my brush. And it's random kind of brush stroke. So we really don't have to do everything at the same time. What we could do is put a base color, which is green, white, bit of yellow, and the ultramarine violet with with white, of course, and just go down randomly, just like fill it randomly. Okay. I think it's easier to do it that way than try to put all of these colors at the same time. Let's do that.
You're layering the colors, you said, Lael, then?
Not yet. I'm just taking colors that I have in here,
Okay.
mixing them here, mixing my colors. Kind of, if you see it, ouch. I'm taking green, touch of green,
Right.
bit of ultramarine violet, white, and a bit of yellow. I'd rather have, you know, when you're down here, don't go too light. I'd rather have dark. I mean, like, don't go too light with the, don't go too much with the white. Don't use too much white in there.
Okay.
Make it look like all trees.
Well, in a minute. We just not, first layer we're going to do is actually try to cover the black. Now, even if you were working on any surface, it doesn't have to be, it's not just because it's black, any surface, white, yellow, brown, any surface, what you want to do first is actually get rid of that initial color that you have, that you primed your canvas in. And then you go back and you adjust lights and darks and okay. Why does it look like that? It looks, oh. So now I can go back, take some yellow, add it to the same mixture, not by itself. White. All right. And so I'm adding that color yellow to the mixture I have already. And with the
What is this? Where are we? I have no idea where we are. Like, how do you?
Canosa, is there, because I see you are muted, but is there another?
Yeah, so I mute myself on the laptop because I'm worried about the echoing, but
Yeah.
on my iPhone, I have the audio on. So
Okay.
yeah. Is my audio okay? I don't know if it's because I'm trying to shut
Yeah.
out as much of the background noise as possible because my son is very noisy.
Well, I mean, Jonathan is trying to find out where he is.
I think he meant on his Minecraft, he doesn't know where he is because he's like jumping from like into different worlds. I don't even know how Minecraft works, but he figured it out on his own. So
Okay.
It's your world.
All right. So
Sorry,
listen.
Leal, you jumped ahead of me. And I'm not sure where you're at right now. Like you said, you
Look,
added more yellow.
All right. I just added a bit of yellow to the same mixture I was using before.
Whatever mixture, okay.
Same mixture, and a bit of white with my yellow. So I'm working with a light green with the corner of my brush. I can see the color starting to darken a bit, but because it's drying and it's drying on black surface. So that's okay. We're just going to leave it let it dry. So now I'm going to take ultramarine violet and a bit of more ultramarine violet and push it in that same mixture. And just go in here and darken a bit certain areas, if possible. If you have them darkened already and you feel it's okay, you don't need to do that. Which just gives this background some depth. So it's not everything is light and floating. Okay, that's giving me a bit of depth in there, which is good. Now I'm going to adjust, go back with the green and adjust. If I need to highlight it.
Test this out. Hole. Hole. How can I hear it? Echo.
He's having a great time. He's having a
Thinks it's-
wonderful time
I
with.
know, he loves it here.
Yeah, he's loving the echo. Echo. Yeah. Okay, a bit of more highlights in here, and I'm going to stop recording. And I need to let it dry. I really need this to dry so I can adjust any colors that need to be adjusted. The nice thing about it, it's just because it's nothing. It's like really nothing. We're not trying to paint a specific tree or bush or anything. So you could do whatever you like in there and make it look any way you like.
You make it come alive.
Pardon?
You've made it look like there's trees, like it looks alive. and
Oh,
It's good.
so 2 pieces of tape, burnt umber. Let's see if we might need to use a bit of black in there, maybe.
Oh, so dark?
With the burnt umber, maybe. And this burnt umber might be a bit too light. So this is ivory black, touch of ivory black in there. And the same thing for the side ones. If you don't want to use, you don't want to, if you prefer to use the tape, yeah, I think that's better.
And black, Leah, you said?
Just a bit of black with your burnt umber, not black by itself. Now I'm going to take white and mix it a bit with the, I'll tell you why I'm doing this, why I'm going from a dark,
White.
yeah, because when I was doing the background, I took some of that dark away. I had to, some of that black gesso that was there. I took a,
Okay.
so
When I go turn back on
I'm gonna go get my tape.
pardon?
I'm gonna go get tape.
You're gonna go get tape? Okay. If you don't have tape right now, you don't have access to tape, and you want to tape it, leave it for now. And then once you like Canosa, once you go home,
Mhm.
you will try to see if you have some masking tape, or maybe where you are, they have masking tape somewhere. Go through,
I can look, but I don't know.
go through the cupboards, the garage, and everywhere. Call them up and ask them, do you have masking tape? Lilak, you missed where Canosa is right now, where she's staying.
Let's see if she can guess just by the background. I feel like I'm sitting on a Game of Thrones chair.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. You have to show Lilac after when I'm done.
Okay.
Same thing, I'm using black and burnt umber, and then I'm taking white and putting a bit of white with that mixture of color, and just to kind of highlight the top upper part of that. Hopefully I'm doing the right thing and it's highlighting. Yep, good. Good, it's good. It's all good.
But didn't work very nice.
It didn't work with you? Did you
No,
try?
because it was too early to take them
Ah,
out.
yeah, that's okay. You can fix it a bit.
Yeah, I can.
It just needs adjusting a bit.
Yes, with water.
Yeah.
Oops.
But as soon as you put that frame, it pushes the background even
Back.
more.
Yes. Oh, 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 oh.
Now the sides can be done the same way, or because the sides are not very, it's not a lot of highlights, you know, for the side frame. And because the
Diane?
walls, yes,
I noticed that it's a sash window and the lower part of the sides is
Yeah.
thicker
yes,
than the top part.
yes.
What window? What you said? What window?
Yes, I know what you mean. I don't know how to explain it to Futini. It's just the type of window.
Yeah,
I think it rolls up, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
We can leave this for now.
So
So
I'm going to assume that you used white and brown.
yes, so for this area behind, underneath the window, what we're going to do is use burnt umber with black and put a kind of just burnt umber and black in here, because we don't want the black of the gesso. We want black, we want dark, but we don't want that black. So burnt umber and black in here. And once we get to this part where the floor is, we're going to start highlighting slowly.
And how come it comes red and mine is different?
We're going to start highlighting slowly with white. Okay? And very soft transition from dark to white to light brown, soft transition. What I did is first I put the dark in here, and then I started adding white to my color, same color, add a bit of white, and just push the white down, like the light brown down. Now, there was a line in between. I took a round brush, put medium tone in between, like dark brown with a bit of white, and I came here, and then I just blended these two together. I blended the dark to the light, softly with the round brush, dry brush. And that gives me
Where does the line of
exactly.
the wall start?
Where's the line?
Where does the wall start? Like the wall going up. Where does the floor end?
It's not, it looks like it's here, but I don't think it's here in the picture. So we're not really following, we're not giving it much of a emphasis on this, where the line is, where there should be a sharp line. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to do that. What we need to do is a transition from dark to medium to light. Now, once this is dry And if we look at it and we find that it's not the right shade, it's too brown, we can go back, add a bit of yellow ochre and white, and then glaze this with a bit of yellow ochre and white. But I doubt we need to do anything. This is such a minor, very small area, and it's not important. Once we start putting furniture, you're not going to see any of that. This is the main focal point, all of this triangle. Behind it is nothing. Behind it is just putting emphasis on this, making these pieces pop. That's all what's behind there. Okay, same thing. I'm going to take my big brush now. I'm changing. It's up to you if you want to do exactly what you see in the picture. I'm fine with that. I don't mind. But I think personally, it's nice to make it look a bit different. But honestly, I don't mind if you decide to do whatever you like to do in there. That would be awesome. Okay, so
Now,
brown. Yes.
what about underneath the big chair? There's a space of floor, I believe.
Down here?
Yeah,
Down here.
yes.
Okay, I'll show you in a minute. Good question. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just putting a bit of brown in there just to get rid of the black gesso. My brown is not too strong, too thick. It's kind of watery bit. Dry my brush, you know. And the further down I go, the less of that brown I want to see. So I'm going to take my black, mix it. Now I'm going down, right? So I want more of the dark brown, Van Dyke brown, let's call it. And go down with this. Perfect. Perfect. It's going to dry darker. It's going to dry darker. It's going to dry like a really dark chocolate color. Now I get, again, a bit of water. That's more like a very dark brown now. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to cover all this. And I'll show you. Cover it with dark. And I'll show you once we start painting how we're just going to pull out the highlights in there. Anything highlighted.
Layal, you lost me. So the left-hand side is brown with black.
Yes, yes. As you know, as dark brown as you can go in here.
They're using negative light.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's much easier to do that with the details.
Yes, yes. That's why I said we work on black gesso. It's easier. So now I can take my round brush. It's all I'm recording all of this, so could go back to it and watch it if you like. Right here, you can see that there's a tiny bit of light going through here, showing through, tiny bit. All of this looks funny right now, but once we start working on the furniture, on the pieces of furniture in here and on the colors, it will make sense.